All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for taking your time to join the session tonight. I said tonight, sorry, this afternoon rather. Today's session will concentrate on manual testing slash automation testing, and it's for those that are considering to transition from whatever career you are on now to IT, especially manual testing or automation testing. We are going to deep, we are going to hear more about that later on. But for now, let me introduce myself, the company, and I have a few slides to share. Then we can get started. So my name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. And at Learn with Pride, we help people that wants to transition from non-IT or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different practical trainings in IT, ranging from project management to business analysis, DevOps engineer, data analysis, database engineer, web development, software testing, just to name a few. And why we are different is we focus on what is important. We don't beat around the bush. And that is the practical. We focus on hands-on job experience. Majority will, they will think it's the certification, professional certification that will do the magic. But unfortunately, it's not. Is your know-how, your practical knowledge, what you can exhibit at the interview, that that will get you the job, you know. So that is what we focus on, like a day in the life of a software tester. And that is what we focus on. And this particular training, compared to others out there, it's really intense. It's an intense one. This is not a crash course of 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month. This is a 4 month journey that will expose you to many, 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 many. And I will talk more about that when we get there as well. So that is why we are here today. And about the company has been in existence for over 4 years now. And over that 4 years, over 20,000 has enrolled or passed through our academy as well. So that is the start. Again, we'll be telling more about that as we go ahead. So why are people considering a career change? Why are people moving, from non-IT to the IT space? The reason is simple. It's because number one, it gives you, the kind of family life balance that you want that other jobs cannot render you or give to you. It gives you that flexibility. And also because of the pay, many people are moving to IT jobs now. And the good thing about IT jobs is, compared to other professions like nursing, is that you don't have to go back to school for another 2, 3, 4 years. No, that is why we have this kind of a master class that we can take you on what is matter and what is important for you to learn and for you to start, applying for jobs. And the way we schedule our training is, you'll be exposed to many tools. You'll be exposed to m- many industry standard tools, which because that is important as well. Going back to why people are transitioning, take for example, you are a nurse. There's no way you can work remotely as a nurse. You have to physically go into work, and other professions like that. There's no room for such flexibility in your work. And that's one of the reasons compared to an IT person. You know, despite the fact that you as a nurse or other professions you are making your money, but you are working hard for that money. I'm going to be using nurse for an example. They make so much money, but the so much money they made it through maybe standing for 12 hours or 13 hours. And out of 7 days, they are working 6 days, 5 days. They don't even have time to rest. On their off day, they don't even have the time to spend the money they work hard for. You see them sleeping because they are too tired, you know. And that is why, people that did not even sweat for that money, they are enjoying your money. And you don't want that. You want to be able to live and enjoy your own money because it's your sweat. Why can't you enjoy it? But on the other side, IT, because of the flexibility that it gives, you know, you can have that balance, that family balance that you always wanted. You can take your kids to school. Why? Because most of the jobs now are remote, or worst case scenario, you'll be working hybrid. You can afford to take your car to the mechanic, while you are still working. Not that you are not working, but you are working on the go, because maybe most of the time you are even at the meeting. You are jumping from one meeting to the other meeting, which you can easily do from your phone. And also, when you get into the IT industry, it is a standard that every year, you have an increment to your salary. So if you start with them on, maybe let's say 50,000, at the year end, your salary will be reviewed again. Whether it's 1,000, whether it's 2,000, that will go on top, but you have increment every year on your salary. So there are loads of advantages attached to it. But one of the most important is being able to work for any company, regardless of the country of residence. You can work remotely for any company. This started happening after COVID. That's one of the advantages, benefits that COVID brings our way. Have opportunity, or you know, you can live in Nigeria, you can live in Ghana, Zimbabwe, wherever you live. When you have acquired the right skills and knowledge, you can apply for remote jobs in Hungary, in Australia, in Malta, all these foreign jobs, you can apply for them as well remotely. And on the other side as well, companies in like UK, Australia, US, they are looking for people that they can pay not too much. What do I mean? Let's say for a software tester in the UK, for them to get someone on a contract basis, it's going to cost them £500 per day. But they know if they go to Asia or Africa, they can get 450 or £200 a day. That is them saving £300 or 350. On the other hand, you collecting 150 or £200 a day in Nigerian currency now, that would be like 300,000 naira, and that is per day. 300,000 pounds naira per day times 20 days. That is a lot of money. Even if the contract is for 3 months, you are still getting the value, as in you're still getting real well paid, as in really well paid. So that is the reason they want to cut cost, but it is to the advantage of people living in Asia or people living in Africa. They go, they in the time past, they go more to Asia, but now these days as well, it's Africa and Asia, because they know they have the experience there and they can get it at a reasonable price. And this is the best time for you to tap into that as well, because almost every company, almost every IT company that are involved in SDLC requires a tester. And on this journey, you are not going to learn one type of testing. You're not going to learn two types of testing. You're not going to learn three. You're going to learn like 5 or 6 different types. Meaning, when you complete your journey or your program, you can decide to spread your wings and fly and apply to any one of them. You think you are more, you know, any one of them you think you are more good at, you can apply, you know. All right, so that is that. I'll have a few slides to share quickly, and after my slide, I'll be calling on the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to enroll, to shed more light into the journey of a software tester and few other bits that I'm not going to mention on mine. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to be using UK. as a point of reference because that is where we are. In the UK, if you are considering a permanent role in the UK, you are looking at from 45,000 upward, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. I've got a student who is currently on 83,000 as a software automation tester, software tester. Yeah, plus all benefits. If you are considering a contract role, maybe a 2-month, 3-month, 4-month contract, you'll be looking at 350, 400 pounds a day. Imagine you are getting 400 pounds a day, that is like 8,000 pounds a month. So even if the contract is for 3 months or 4 months, you are still getting real well paid. You are still getting good money, right? Also, with this route as well, for those considering to maybe change their visa or you're looking for sponsorship, you can get sponsorship from this route as well. If you can exhibit that you are good enough, you know your onions, they'll rather invest in you than start the recruitment process all over again. Also, for those that live outside the UK, whether anywhere you live, if you apply for any sponsorship roles and you are good, this is something they can apply for a sponsorship visa for you as well, regardless of your country of residence, they will sponsor you. That's another benefit attached to that as well. All right, let's go on. Why software testing? I've mentioned this earlier on. You can work remotely from anywhere. As long as you have your laptop, you have your Wi-Fi, you are good to go. And the way we are going to expose you, it is only if you don't want to transition, that you won't get a job. As I said, you'll be trained on five different type of testing, which will be really intense. I'll talk more in a bit. Also is in high demand. As I said, every software organization, even non-software organization like NHS, requires a software tester. Because for every functionality that has been developed or that they are developing, they need someone to verify, validate, and to tell them, you know what, yes, this meets all the acceptance criteria and we are good to go. There's no bugs, and everything like that. Because every organization wants to ship to the market quality products. They don't want the situation whereby after shipping their products to the market and there's a big bug, maybe take for example, users cannot log into that application. Per minute, per seconds, they are losing loads of money, a lot of money, and they don't want that to happen. That is why the role of a tester in any software development lifecycle is very, very, very important. And that is why we are highly needed in any organization. All right. So if you are to come on the journey, what will be the roadmap? What is going to look like? What's the structure? The training is going to be for 4 months. That is why I said we are different from other organizations out there. For those who have made their due diligence, for those who have contacted other organizations, the package we have together or we put together, no one else out there has the same package. And also, even if they do have, for the price that you'll be paying for everything that you're going to learn on our own platform, you'll be paying a lot of money. A lot. I can assure you that, you'll be paying a lot. So the practical training will be for 4 months. Then also, aside the practical training, you also be put on a live project for another 2 months. You'll also be put on a project for another 2 months. This is where you'll be working as part of a full Scrum team. There'll be developer, there'll be Scrum Master, there'll be product owner, there'll be business analyst, and there'll be tester, you as a tester. And all of you guys are working together, to deliver a solution for a client. It's a live project. It's not a made-to-believe project. That is why you have all these other people you'll be working with. But this 2-month project will fall within your 4-month practical training. So at some point, you'll be running both together concurrently. Maybe from your 3rd month, it all depends. It might be from 2nd month or 3rd month, but you'll be running both the training and the live project together concurrently at the same time. We want to ensure that we expose you to everything, to agile methodologies, to tools, to different ceremonies in agile, because when you start applying for jobs, it's not only testing questions they'll be asking you. They'll be asking you questions like, have you worked in an agile setting before? What are the ceremonies performed in an agile setting? What is your role as a tester, in those settings? These are the things you need to learn, and these are the things that we are going to expose you to on the journey. All right. So after the project comes another important stage, which is the optimization of your brand. Despite the fact that you've gone through the training, you've gone through the project, you can easily say, yes, I can perform my role as a software tester now. But you are not getting calls, you are not getting interviews, you are not, everything is just dead. It's because you are not visible in the market. That is why this stage, I cannot overemphasize how important it is. It's as equally as important as stage 1 and stage 2. So you need to optimize your brand, especially for those that want to start applying for remote jobs. You need to revamp your CV to like international standards. Also, you have to be on LinkedIn as well, because LinkedIn has now become a popular professional marketplace that recruiters now goes to look for qualified candidates. So you want to be in that space as well. It is very important. So when these two are done right, you can be rest assured that you start getting calls, you'll be visible. Also, you upload your CVs on different job sites, not only uploading them on those websites, you make them visible as well. You make them searchable, so that recruiters can see your CV, because it's not all jobs that are posted online. We have some jobs that, they don't post them online. Recruiters just want to come on those job sites to look for right candidates and to call them up afterwards. So you have to be in that space as well. Yeah. All right. So that is you applying for jobs. 1 second. Then after that, after you start getting calls, they start noticing you. Before I go on that, on LinkedIn, you need to build your connection. That is very key as well. It's one of the revamping optimization of your LinkedIn. If you have 10 people, 50 people, 100 people on your LinkedIn, you need to do better. Meaning you have to make it your point of duty to start connecting with people every single day. The more you connect with people, the more you are visible, the more recruiters, approach you as well. So that is important as well. So after everything, you start getting calls for interview, and this is another important stage that we assist with as well. We assist with interview preparation, because the joy of it at the end of the day is for you to get that job. Your joy and our joy, because your success is also our success. So we do everything in our power to help you, to assist you to land that role. Because we know when you get the role, someone will ask you, how did you do it? Then you can refer Learn with Pride to them that is where you did your training. All right, let's go to the start quickly. All right, so from 2020 till date, as I made mention earlier on, over 20,000 students has enrolled on this journey. And from that 20,000, 85%, no, sorry, I've jumped. All right. This is not updated. We need to update this. This is this year, but the start is from January till June, because we've added more courses, and also the figures on here are not right again. But this is just to show you how many enrollments we've had since the beginning of this year. But this is only showing from January 2023 to June 2023. So for software testing, it's way more than 250 now enrollment that we've had on the journey. All right, so out of all our students, we have 85% who are currently working, 50% from the public sector, while we have 35% from the private sector, and we have 15% who are job ready. Another thing that we do, which is important on this journey as well, is we have a separate group. We call it career motivation group. You know, it consists of both our previous student and our current student, those who are currently working and those who are still searching. The reason for this is it's like a boxing match. You need people at your corner. So eventually, when you land this role, you might be stuck and you don't only want to rely on your facilitator because they might not be available if you need when you need something. So that is why we are trying to create a community, you know, that you can easily, call on anyone or put the issue on the platform, and someone on that platform will respond back to you. Whether they are working in that role, they will respond back to you. So it is way beyond you just enrolling for a 4-month journey, because whether you like it or not, we are stuck together for a very long period of time. After your 4 months duration of the training, you still belong to the platform I just talked about, and on that platform, we hold a session twice a week. And sorry, no, twice a month. And at this session, we look at, we bring people who are currently working on board to share their stories, just to motivate that you can as well do it. Also, we look at how you've been applying for jobs. What are the things that you've been doing wrong? What are the interview questions? What are the questions they ask you at the interview? How have you been responding to those interviews, as in to those questions? Those are the kind of things people come on there to express themselves, to share their concerns, and we try as a group, we try as much as possible to provide a solution to that. Trust me, you need such community, whether you like it or not. You need such community, and that is another advantage that you get on the journey as well. So it's way more than 4 months. We are together on this journey, whether you like it or not. If you are to enroll, these are just sample jobs I go online. Remember, you won't be exposed to only automation. I need to update this as well. But these are automation roles. This one is paying up to 60,000, remote jobs, and the other one is a contract role paying 380 pounds per day. Let's just say 400, which is 8,000 pounds per month, which is a lot of money. You can see must have Cypress experience, and that is the automation tool you'll be exposed to as well, on this journey. So there's absolutely nothing stopping you from getting a job after the 4 months duration, because you'll be exposed to more than enough. Quickly, I transitioned as well. My background was accounting. So I have no prior knowledge, no IT experience, no technical experience. All I knew then was, debit and credit, balance sheet, and all of that. But I needed a career change badly, and I stumbled upon software automation. Nothing like manual testing, nothing like API testing. But because I was desperate for a change, I asked them, this is my background and this is what I want to achieve. Can someone like me, who has no prior knowledge, who has no IT knowledge or technical knowledge, embark on this journey? Not only embark on the journey, after the end of the journey, I'm able to secure a role. And the guy said, if you put your mind to it, there's nothing impossible to achieve. With that mindset, I configured my mind that I know the road will not be easy, but I'm ready to do everything it takes for me to get what I want. I configure my mind in such a way that, I don't know this thing, but in my class, I want to be the best. In my class, I want other students to come to me, thinking I know it, and them coming to me is, pushing me further to do more research and give them solution. And I was one of the best in my class then. People come to me based on that, because of extra research, extra work, sleepless nights, my sweat energy I put into the process. At the end of the program, and that particular program, we had little or no support at all. So I had to do majority on my own. After the program, I started applying for job. Remember, I wasn't trained on manual testing. I was only trained on automation testing. Because you have some people that will argue with you that you have to be a manual tester for a long time before you can become an automation tester. Anyway, I try to tell them my story. If they believe, that is fine. If they don't believe, that is fine. 2 weeks after I finished that program, I started applying for job back to back, going for interview back to back. And 2 weeks after I started, I secured my very first role. Not as ordinary tester, but a senior software automation tester. This was someone who just completed a 3-month journey 2 weeks ago. If you want to hear more about my story, I think it's on YouTube, maybe on our channel. You can check it out. I think there was a podcast for maybe like 1 hour, 1.5 hours. If you really want to know my story, that will tell you that, what, everyone can do it. That is what I'm trying to say. Regardless of your background, whether it's technical, whether it's not technical, what is important is your determination, configuring your mind that, what, I want to transition, and you know what, the road might not be easy, but I'm ready to do the job. I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to put in my sweat. I do tell my students, your input will always equals to your output at the end of the day. There is no film trick. There is no magic. The effort you put in, you get that effort out at the end of it. So if I can do it, everyone can do it. And that is the move that changed my situation and my story around. If I didn't make that move back then, there won't be any organization called Learn with Pride today. Because at Learn with Pride, we actually started with software automation. That was the only training that we started with, before we now started adding other bits and pieces: Scrum Master training, project management training, business analysis, web development. Now from one training we have like 8 different trainings that we run. It can happen to you as well. You just have to be determined enough. I'm no good at all. I don't think so. I'm not better than anyone. But because I wanted that change badly, I was able to achieve it, and you can as well. So what are the benefits that you get on the journey if you are to enroll? So you get the practical training, you get to work on a live project, you get the mentorship, you get the support, you get interview preparation, you get CPD accredited certificate, because all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard. And the certificate that you get at the end of the day is recognized in over 60 countries. And finally, you get work reference from us as well for the duration of your program, because you'll be working on a live project. So we are going to give you that work reference as well. All right. So that is that. Quickly, before I hand over to the facilitator to shed more light, these are the different testing you'll be exposed to. And that is why I'm so confident, and I can beat my chest to it. If you can get it anywhere else for the price that we are offering it, I'll give you for that discount. That is how confident I am. So on this journey, you'll be trained on manual testing. You'll be trained on mobile testing. You'll be trained on performance testing. You'll be trained on API testing. You'll be trained on automation testing. Now tell me, how come you won't be able to get one job or one role as a tester after the 4-month completion, whether as a manual tester, whether as a mobile tester, whether as a performance tester, whether as an API tester, or whether as an automation tester? There is no way if you put in the work. There is no way. And I have not seen any organization as well out there that combines all these things. You'll be hearing learn manual testing 2 weeks, pay £500. Learn automation testing, £700 for 1 month. You know, for those who have actually done the research or you've called other organizations, you know what I'm talking about. You know, so the cost for all this testing for 4 months plus the project and every other thing that you get on this journey is £999. You can imagine, £999. But for anyone coming on this journey and because of Black Friday sales, you know, you get a whopping 50% discount off. I can beat my chest to it. This will be an investment, a personal investment that you can never get anywhere else. For $499, you are getting everything I just mentioned. It's no brainer, I tell you. Again, for those who have called other organizations will understand what I'm talking about. More or less, it's like we are giving out for free. You know, ordinary manual testing, just one, you pay like £400. Automation testing, you pay like £600, £700. The total cost of everything, if we are to be factual, is over £2,000. But we need to put people into consideration. There are people that wants to get on this journey that cannot afford £2,000. How can we help such people? And that is why we've done what we've done. So for those who knows the value of what I just showed, and I actually, I think I emailed some people last night and I sent the outline, the course outline out. As I don't know whether it's everybody that got it, but I actually sent it to some people yesterday night. You'll see what is involved or what and what will be covered in the outline as well. But for those that don't have the outline, you can easily go on our website, www.learnwithpride.co.uk, go under the courses, go to software testing, and you can download the course content, what will be covered on the journey. Right. If you are interested, if you want to enroll, if you have any questions that you want to ask after this session, the number on your screen will be the best one to contact me on. Right. So for enrollment, for questions, to secure your spot, the number on your screen will be the best number to contact me on. And this is the last session. This is the last cohort for this year. And this cohort will be starting on the 29th, actually next week, Wednesday, 29th of November. That is when this cohort will be starting, the last for the year. And that is why we are giving such a ridiculous discount out for people to take advantage, for people to rewrite their story and to, to get from where they are now to the level that they want to be. It is possible, it is doable, but you need to invest into the future. Nothing good comes for free. And you are assured of quality, you are assured of support, you are assured of joining a community, that is very important for you in transitioning as well. So if you want to ask me any question, if you want to enroll before Wednesday, that will be the best number to WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp number. So send me a WhatsApp message. I will respond to every message. For the cohort starting on the 29th, that is next week, Wednesday, we only have 6 slots left for that cohort starting on Wednesday. You can be one of them, and we can start the journey together and rewrite the story. I tell you, it is possible, it is doable, and we have all the equipment, the tools, everything that you need on this journey to be successful. We have it. So the choice is yours. It's like You have to pass through the tunnel before you know what awaits you at the other end of the tunnel. Enrolling on this training is you passing through the tunnel. After the program, then you can spread your wings because you can see the light now and fly away. Fly to anywhere you want to fly to, whether as a manual tester, whether as an automation tester, mobile tester, API tester, you can do whatever you want to do. But you need to invest in yourself first. That being said, I'm going to be pausing my talk for now. And I'm going to be inviting Samuel, who's going to take you on the journey to shed more light into the journey of a software tester. And I'll be back shortly. Thanks for listening to me, and over to you, Samuel. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. So thank you, Akin. Let me share my screen. So, I believe you all can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. 1 minute. Right. So what we will be what will be is called software quality assurance engineering. In simple terms, they call it software testing. You can either software quality assurance engineering or you call it software testing. It's simply trying to ensure quality in software products for these software products actually get to the end users, or it actually enters the hands of these end users that will be making use of this application. So you agree that a lot of businesses have gone online. A lot of businesses are doing or making money online, right? So for this business to keep on making profits, generating high revenue, the application must be able to meet the expected quality standard, right? So that's why they need software quality assurance engineers or software testers to come and help the company and ensure that whatever product, whatever software, be it mobile application, be it web application, that this mobile application actually meets the expected quality standard before it gets in the hands of the users. So now this is simply a brief introduction about me as the course instructor, right? So I hold master's degree in computing science and education. I'm a trained teacher, right? So I have been taught how to teach, and I have a solid background in computing science, right? I have over 15 years of experience in IT, and out of these 16 years, 6 years is in software quality assurance engineering and testing. Currently working with MTN Nigeria as a software tester and also new technology in UK, right? So now if you want to know more about me, so you could just go to LinkedIn and you'll be able to find me. So right, you could see here, this is my profile on LinkedIn, and I'm a top voice in software testing. This is a badge was awarded by LinkedIn. So it's basically badges that LinkedIn award professionals that has done exceptionally well in their chosen profession, right? So recently, LinkedIn recognized my contribution as a software quality assurance engineer, and I was chosen as one of the top voices in software testing. Not everyone on LinkedIn has this badge. There's only few professionals that have done exceptionally well in their chosen career. So back to why software quality assurance is booming in the industry, right? What is really software testing and what we call quality assurance? It's simply a process of analyzing a software item to detect the differences between the existing and required conditions, and also to evaluate the fit of the software item. So take, for instance, before any application is developed, before any software is developed, they must first gather what is known as requirements or prepare what is known as requirement documents. Requirement documents simply point to the things, the activities, the requirements of this product, the features, the functionalities that we are expecting in this software. Take, for instance, bank application. Of course, you agree with me that your bank app has the basic functionality of transferring funds from your account to any other bank user's account. And at the same time, you can use this bank application to check your account balance. And you can also use the bank application to pay bills, like utility bills. Also, you can also use this to purchase data and also airtime. So there are requirements. These are features that we are expecting to have on this application. So we follow through these requirements in the process of development. Software developers look through the requirements documents and understand the business requirement, also understand what is expected of them. So after the actual product is developed, before we ship this product to the market, we make use of this product to transfer funds with the software, to purchase data and airtime with this software. We need some quality professionals to validate that this application actually meets the expected conditions, that what we have developed aligns with what the business has stated we should do. So that's where software quality assurance engineers come in, to analyze the application that has been developed by software developers and to be sure that this software meets the quality standard and that every features, every functionalities are working as expected. And it will be shocking to you that the industry pay more attention to quality. Now, any organization or any tech company that does not pay attention to quality will not last long in the industry. If you are in Nigeria, you happen to see that a lot of startup companies are folding up. They are not just folding up because they don't have funds. A lot of them have access to funds, right? But then they are folding up because they don't pay much attention to quality, right? So for some companies that pay more attention to qualities, they are the ones making more money. Look at the fintech industry now. You notice that fintech industry are booming and they are also generating a lot of money from these businesses. A lot of them are here in Nigeria and also in other countries as well. And some of them are even global companies making a lot of money because why? Pay more attention to quality. Now, that some bank application that you want to transfer funds, and once you click on the transfer button, it takes longer to transfer to go through. But for the fintech application, you notice that you just bring out your app, if the recipient account number. Once you click on the transfer button, the next thing you see, you are debited and the recipient is credited. That is quality we are talking about. Now, somebody had tested that application and had also given his or our own recommendation on how to improve the quality of the application. And the development team had to follow through recommendations and make sure that this application meets up the expected quality standard, right? So a lot of companies pay software testers more than they even pay software developers, because that is where we have to generate news. After we have built the application, is it working as expected? And can users use this application to execute the expected task? If it is not working as expected, then the company may tend to lose money at that point. So why do companies need software testers, right? There are a lot of reasons why companies look for software testers. One of such is security, right? They look for software testers because of security. These people have to test the application and make sure that there are no security flaws. Take, for instance, bank app. If the application is not secured, what will happen? An intruder will be able to hack into the bank database and will be able to steal money from the bank. So we need people to test this application using the right tools and coming up to tell the bank, look, your application has met the standard security and best practices. Then we can ship the product to the market. And if we have, once the product goes to the market, then no intruders can break the barriers or break the boundaries and have access to the back end and is able to transfer or steal money from the organization. So this way, we test the application in the aspect of security perspective and be sure that the application meets the security standards, right? So the next reason why companies look for software quality assurance engineers is to save money. Just like I have mentioned about security. if the application itself is not secured and an intruder or an attacker or hacker is able to break into that system and steal customers' funds, what happens? The company may have to pay those customers for that money, right? So that way, the company will do what? Lose a lot of money. So quality assurance engineering helps organizations save money and also help them not to run into problems. Another reason why they value software quality assurance engineers and testers is just to protect the brand reputation, right? So before now, we all heard of Boeing plane crash that happened about two days, and as a result of that, the Boeing plane was grounded. At that point that Boeing was grounded, companies, a lot of airline operators had to ground and also stop buying that particular model of Boeing plane. And also travelers at that point had to boycott Boeing plane. So that was an image reputation, right, on Boeing, because Boeing at that point had to lose their brand reputation because customers were boycotting them and market was not moving for them. And as a result, they also spent money. The American government had to find them because of the security, because of the flaws that the plane had, right? So no companies want to find themselves in the same situation that Boeing found themselves. That's why they pay more attention about quality. That's why they employ software quality assurance engineers to be able to test this application and make sure that this application meets the industry and also the security and also the quality standard before they ship to the market. Another reason is also to boost customer contentment, right? So no customer have the time, of course, whatever business you are doing, you must have competitors. You have other companies doing the same business. So no company, now just look at Play Store alone. Google Play Store has over 2 billion applications in there, right? Same with iOS. iOS has a lot of applications. So if you are offering services such as probably banking services, of course, you have other competitors to compete with. So by the time user download your application and your application is messy, it's not working as expected, it's not giving these users the expected quality standard, what do? They uninstall your application and move to your competitor and download your competitor's application and start using. At that point, you lose money, you lose customers, and no company wants to find themselves in this kind of situation. So to avoid this, they need to engage quality engineers to be able to make sure that the application meets the expected quality standard. The product quality as well, the quality you are sending out to the end users, does it meet the expected quality standard? Does it meet the business standard itself? Right. So the only people that can validate this and tell the stakeholders that the application meets this expected standards are the quality assurance engineers. Right. So this is why companies pay more attention to quality assurance engineers. And there's a lot of job openings in this area, right? That's why you see one person doing 5 jobs. I know of someone who just finished training with us, and now he has about 2 jobs working remotely, right? So he sits in the comfort of his home and is doing 2 jobs and he's earning well. He's earning in foreign currency, right? So because there are job availabilities and there are fewer people in the industry. So if you are looking at the software development aspect of tech, right, that part is already saturated. We have a lot of developers, but we have fewer people in testing, right? That's why we have a lot of jobs opportunities in quality assurance engineering, because we don't have more people in testing. In fact, a lot of people don't even know quality assurance engineering. A lot of people don't even know about something called software testing, right? So a lot of people are going straight to software development. Fewer people knew about testers, and the few testers we have are cashing out heavily because they have fewer people to compete with in terms of job availability. Right. Next point here is, what does a software tester do? Software tester performs software quality testing procedures in software just by analyzing this software, checking through the application. If there are defects, if there are bugs, you report to the development team. So how do you conduct this? Now, of course, you may have a login functionality, and the requirement says that a user who has a valid credentials, meaning valid password, valid username. Upon clicking the login button, should be able to log in. The system should be able to redirect the user to another page, probably the dashboard, right? So that is the requirement, that is the acceptance criteria. So you as a software tester, your work is simple. You create the user account, you impute the username, you type in the password, and you hit the login button and observe if the application will direct the user to the dashboard. What if the application directs the user to the dashboard? Then that is a defect, that is bug. You report to the development team, and the development team will look into that and make sure that they fix that bug before that application can be deployed. So your work as a quality assurance engineer or tester is just simple, but at the end of the day, you are the one that is even paid the highest in the team. Right. So next point here, in the course of this training, we're covering various aspects of software testing. We'll be looking at the black box testing, the gray box testing, and the white box testing. Under the white box testing, we talk about the functional, the non-functional, look at how to perform basic security testing, performance testing, and also how to run regression testing. By the time you enroll with us, you get to understand this in detail. There are very simple things to do, right? So once you understand this, 4 months is more than enough for you to become a highly sought-after quality assurance engineer or tester. Next up is how to become a software tester. Simple, acquire the technical skill, and that is what we are known for. That is what Learn with Pride is here for. We help a lot of people over the years. We have helped a lot of people transition from non-technical area into technical areas. We have a lot of individuals acquire the skills, and at the end of the day, they are able to make fortune for themselves. They are able to make money from the industry, and they are also being able to grow in the industry. We give career guidance. We also train you. We don't just train you to just pass the exams, right? We train you to be able to understand the industry. We train you to know everything about software testing and also pick up a job as a software tester. And after you have gotten this job, we are there to support you and also provide you with mentorship and guidance till you succeed and become a professional in the field, right? So benefit of becoming a software tester, job security, high demand. There is high demand in the industry for software testers. Like I mentioned, that a lot of people paid attention to software development, neglecting the aspect of software testing. Fewer people knew about software testing. So the few in software testing have a lot of job opportunities, right? Nobody in software testing, no professional in software testing that is doing just one job, because there are availabilities of jobs, but there are fewer professionals pick up this role. So that once you have the skill in software testing, you rest assured that you easily find a job in the industry. And your task as a software tester is easier and simpler than what the software developer will have to do. Thank you so much, as I look forward to having you in this 4-month training journey, right? So if you have any question about anything about software testing and what we have discussed today, please, you have the opportunity to have ask on with the right answer. Akin, please take over.
All right, thanks, Samuel. Please, if you have any questions, you can start to raise your hand and I will ask you to unmute. You can ask your question then. So please just raise your hand if you have any question, or you can drop your question on the chat as well, and I will read it out. Well, I prefer you raise your hand, as we are here to learn together, and I want to learn from you as well. So don't be shy to ask your question. Raise your hand, ask your question, or drop your questions on the chat. We don't want to waste too much of your time. Again, just for those who joined late, let me just go back a bit. So the training will be starting on the 29th of this month. That is next week, Wednesday. The training will run twice a week. That will be 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. UK time. That will be on Wednesdays and on Thursdays. We have an LMS where you have access to the recording as well. You just have to register and you can access the recording from your dashboard. Just in case you miss any training, you can access it on our LMS platform as well. Also, for the benefit of those that join late, on this 4-month journey, what you can see on the screens are the different type of testing that will be covered. Manual testing, mobile testing, performance testing, API testing, automation testing. So there is no way for anyone who is serious in actually transitioning that you would not be able to get at least one sort of role, in these different types after the program. That is the way we equip you. That is the way we, you'll be exposed to industry standard tools, from Postman to JMeter to Cypress and all of that, So if you have any question, please, we have people online, so feel free, don't be shy to raise your hand and ask your question, or you can drop your question on the chat as well. For the recorded session, if you want to have access to the recording after this session, you can get that on our YouTube channel. If you go on our YouTube channel and just search for Learn with Pride, this recording should be made available by tomorrow, so you can send it to people you want to send it to. You can rewatch it if you want to rewatch it. Also, we are going to share it on our WhatsApp group, so you can as well, if you haven't joined the WhatsApp group, they just send the link on the group on the Zoom chat now, so you can click on the link and join that. Also, we are going to be sending the recorded version on the WhatsApp group as well. For the price, the actual price for the 4-month program is $9.99. But I said earlier on, because of the Black Friday and also the combined price for everything we are going to be offering, if you check compared to the competitors out there, worth more than £2,000. But we are only giving it away for even 50% discount, $9.99. So we're only giving it away for $4.99 for the 4-month program, and that includes all the benefits you're going to get as well, which are practical training, working on a live project, the mentorship, you get the support, interview preparation. Also, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate is recognized in over 60 countries. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us. Those are the benefits you get on the journey. Again, I said earlier on that you can never get everything that we put together for you, anywhere else out there for that price of $4.99, because only one. Yeah.
Okay, now please just write before 99 so that they know.
Oh, okay. So after discounts, $4.99. All right, so that's the price to pay after the discount has been applied. So you're only paying this much for everything we are offering. Don't forget that working on a live project is part of the journey as well. You have 2 months to work on a live project with a full team that will consist of the developer, the scrum master, product owner, business analyst, yourself as a tester, and maybe UI UX. You have the complete team, because what you should be learning is beyond testing. You should be learning how you work with others in an agile settings, your role as a tester in an agile settings, the ceremonies. These are all the things you learn on this journey, right? And I made mention as well, if you want to enroll, as we have only 6 slots for the cohort that will be starting on the 29th, you can WhatsApp this number and I'm going to respond. Then I'll respond to every message. If you want to enroll, if you have any questions after this session that you want to ask me, you can WhatsApp me on the number on your screen. So you can screen grab it or save the number on your phone. Yes, that is another opportunity we are giving that you might not be able to get out elsewhere as well. Ademola Adesina, yes, you can pay twice. You can start with half payment, right? And the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks. That is how flexible. Others, because you are paying instrumentally, they will increase the price as well. But another advantage, you give coming to Learn with Pride is, we are not increasing any price, despite the fact that you can pay instrumentally. So you can pay twice, half payment to start, and the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. So any other question from anyone? So nobody actually wants to talk to me. Am I that horrible that you don't want to talk to me? You can raise your hand and I will ask you to unmute. Then we can talk, So any question from anyone? I think I've answered the questions on the chat. Let me just scroll up to confirm whether all questions have been answered. I don't think anybody. Adegoke, you can get the summary, so you can go through the recording. It will be available on the WhatsApp group, and also you can check it out on our YouTube channel at Learn with Pride as well. All right. So, if there's no question, we'll be drawing the curtain for today, and hopefully we hope to see some of you on the journey, and we can rewrite the story together. You just have to take the leap of faith that I took back then as well, and which has transformed everything around me. You can take the same leap of faith, you can take it and you'll be surprised. Oh, Tolani changed his or her mind. Tolani, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi there, good afternoon, everyone.
Oh, good afternoon, Tolani.
Yeah, just to ask, would there be any handouts included with payment?
Would there be any what?
Handout?
For the course?
Yes, please.
You have many of them. Remember, we are on this journey together. Yes, you have access to the recording, you have access to the hard copy of the material as well.
Okay. How many weeks on an hour? How many hours for the total course?
So per week is 4 hours per week, Wednesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. UK time. So that will be 4 hours per session. But before you finish your 4-month practical training,
4 months?
It's for 4 months, yes. The training is for
that's a lot.
Yeah, that is why I said we are not doing crash course compared to others out there that will tell you to come and learn in 1 week or 2 weeks. No, it's really intense because we want you to get it right. So the practical training is for 4 months. But before you finish this 4-month practical training, we also put you on a live project where you'll be working as part of a team. The only thing we are not doing for you is we are not paying you, but it's the same settings when you start getting your £300 per day or £400 per day.
Okay.
This is to expose you to other things, working in an agile setup, how you perform your roles in an agile settings, and working as part of a team in an agile settings. This is very important because when you start applying for jobs and going for interviews, they are going to ask you all these questions. And if you don't know it, you don't know it. That is why we are different.
Then my another question is, with this payment, is going to be in foundation I don't know what's it called again. Foundation, is it text or exam? Is it include?
No, we focus purely on a day in the life of a software tester.
Mm-hmm.
In this country, or even around the world, things are changing. Your knowledge and experience come first before any certification. Having a certification doesn't guarantee you getting a job. Do not make what we are trying to pass across is for people not to make the same mistake I made back then. I thought having different certifications will enable me land that job, but that is a lie. I had so many certifications that up to today I never use any of them. Since I resigned working 9 to 5 as a software automation engineer, and trust me, I've worked for different companies, consultancy, education, oil and gas, banking. I've worked with them all. I've never been asked to tender my certificate.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, in addition to that, Akin, the tech industry generally does not care about your certificates. Nobody will ask you about your BSc certificate. Nobody will even care if you have masters, you have PhD. What they care most about is your ability to deliver on the job, your ability to deliver. You are given a task and you are able to carry out that task. That's what they care more about. You are able to solve their problems, because at the end of the day, tech is about problem solving. You may have these qualifications, you may have these certifications, but then you don't have the practical skills. They will get fired, right? So that's why we want people to make that mistake, just like Akin said.
Okay.
Focus more on equipping with the right skills. And software testing is about the tools we use for testing. So what we do is to expose you using those tools and how to make use of these tools to deliver a good software quality at the end of the day. Right. So that's what we're going to be covering. We are not doing training for you to go and write ISTQB exams and pass. That's not what we are doing. We are equipping you with the right skills that you will need in the industry to perform your job as a software quality assurance or tester. But then you may want to sit for the exams, it's fine. The choice is yours. But I'm sure the industry will ask me, but no industry will want to give you a job because you are ISTQB certified. Right. Okay. That should be noted.
Okay, thank you. Then my last question is, are you training us on both is it automation or automatic and manual testing?
Is
it both or only manual testing?
Yes.
No,
so
we are training on different.
The training covers all aspects of software testing. So software testing is a name that encompasses a lot of things in it. So you have manual testing, right? Manual testing just points to you doing this thing manually. You click on the application, you see if the click button is working. You type into the input box and check if the input box is working. These are manual testing. And it also goes as far as you trying to validate the requirements document, checking to see that these documents are free of bugs, right? That these documents are concise and clear enough for anybody to read and understand. Okay. Right? So we take you through manual testing and also mobile testing. How do you test mobile application? Right. So there are tools you use in testing mobile application. There are also tools you use in testing web applications that you can access via web browser. So we will teach you all of this: manual, mobile testing, and performance testing. Right. So another thing about performance testing is this: that there are times you want to jump on the site and you notice that this site takes longer than necessary to load. You have to wait for a longer period of time before the response gets back to your system. So this point to manual testing. How do you validate the application response time to be sure that users don't have to wait more than 3 seconds? That's the industry standard before the application starts giving response to the users.
Right.
To walk you through performance testing using JMeter. JMeter is the industry professional tool for conducting performance testing. And we will also walk you through API testing, where you have to validate the endpoint, right? Of course, for every actions that are performed on the front end, there are corresponding actions in the back end. So the API connects the front end to the back end, front end being the part you interact with on the web page or on a typical mobile application. The back end being the database, the other part that you don't have access to. Probably you are filling a form on the web page or you are filling a form on application and you click on submit button. The data leaves your front end, leaves your system and gets submitted to database some way. So API connects this. API is responsible for getting this data from your system and sending it down to the company's database for the company to see your data. So we will walk you through how to test API, how it has been developed by the back-end developer. There are tools for this. So what we'll be using will be Postman. Postman is the most popular in the industry for API testing. Then we will also teach you automation testing. Rather than having to do this test manually, you can just write 1 or 2 lines of programs and it handles all the testing for you. So you see, the training, that's why the duration for the training is 4 months. It covers every aspect, everything that has to do with software testing.
Okay, thank you. I think I will private message you.
No problem, Tolani. I'll be expecting that. Thanks. Any other question from anyone? All right, there's a question. Also, with Tolani question, will there be license application for testing? We have different type of tools that you'll be using. As Samuel has mentioned now, for automation, you'll be using Cypress. It's industry standard tools used by many organizations out there. For API testing, you'll be using Postman, another industry standard tools. For mobile testing, you'll be using JMeter. So yes, you'll be using tools for all these testings, and none of them cost you anything. You are not using your money to buy any because they are open source. Most of these tools are open source, meaning they are free to use. So that is to Ademola Adeshina. To Fortune, are we paying for this course? Yes, this is a paid course. And the cost after discount at the moment is $4.99. All right. I think that is all the questions. Any final word from? No problem, Ademola. Any final question from anyone on this call right now? Remember, you can get me on the number on your screen. You can get me on the number of your screen if you are thinking about enrolling. Trust me, you can never regret making that decision, and it will be money well spent, on yourself for this year. I can assure you of that. When is the data analysis overview? That should be December. We should be having that in December, by the special grace of God. All right. Any final word from anyone? Any final change of mind from anyone? Raise your hand. Oh, Olani, you too change your mind. All right. You can unmute now and ask your question, Olani.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Olani.
Sorry, I missed some information, and I want to find out. Is it online or in class?
It is fully virtual. It is online. All sessions are live sessions online. Even when you get on the project, you'll be working remotely, which is online as well.
And what time is starting? What time to what time?
So the training will be starting, the next cohort will be starting on the 29th of this month. That is next week, Wednesday. So the training runs every Wednesday and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. UK time to 9:30 p.m. UK time. So for those in Nigeria, that will be 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
So only 2 hours for the 2 days.
Yeah, so 4 hours per week. 4
hours for 2 days. I mean, 4 hours in a week.
That is correct. That is aside the task that will be given to you for you to do on the other days. Yeah, but the live classes is for 4 hours.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Olani. Thanks for that. Many people changed their mind last minute. Donald, you can unmute and ask your question. Donald.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Donald.
Okay, thank you so much for this again. I hope finally I will come on board this training this time. I've been looking forward to it. And then my question really goes to this automation testing. I'm coming from a C# background. I've not really taken time to look at what Cypress tool you said for automation testing is. What's this kind of scripting that it uses, or is one allowed, or does it make a provision for you to use any language that you are used to, for your automation test?
You'll be using JavaScript for Cypress.
Okay, JavaScript.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't make provision for other, what do you call it, languages, programming languages.
Because
No,
yeah, okay, go on, Samuel.
does not. So Cypress only supports JavaScript or TypeScript. You cannot use any other programming language with Cypress. But nothing to worry about. So the training will start will take you to the ground up. Right. So it's very basic. First week for the automation testing, we will take you through the fundamentals and basics of programming. Then we get to walk you through JavaScript programming before we dive deeper into Cypress itself. Even if you have zero knowledge in programming, you have nothing to worry about, you don't understand anything about programming, it's not a problem. We'll make sure we cover everything you need to know to be able to handle Cypress.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Donald. All right. Fortune, you raise your hand. You can unmute yourself, Fortune.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Please, I'm asking in respect of some of us that maybe we may the time for the training, said Wednesdays and Thursdays, and some of us we might not get home at that time. Could we get the recording for that particular day in case we are not able to join the live training?
Yes. As I said, I said this earlier on as well. We have an LMS, that is Learning Management System, and all sessions are recorded. So you'll be onboarded on the platform, on the LMS platform. So you just have to log into your dashboard to watch the recording. Yes, you have access to the recording.
Okay. And secondly, please, I actually came in late. So I want to know, is there any financial attachment to this course? Like, are we going to pay for this course?
Yes, nothing good comes for free. Yes, you need to pay for it, and that is the cost on your screen. Okay. So the actual cost is $9.99, but we are giving 50% discount, which makes it $4.99. Half payment is required to start, and the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks after starting.
Okay. £4.99. Okay.
Yeah, yes, £4.99. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fortune.
£4.99 is the amount you can make in a day.
Yeah, after
once you it's a day payment.
Yeah, that is why I said for anyone who have made their due diligence, their research, yeah, it's something you can make. Worst case scenario, if you're working as a contractor, maybe 2 days payment, and so that means you are investing your 2 days payment for a 4-month program. And it's even go beyond the 4-month program because we are on the journey together. You belong to different platform community that, support each other on the journey and all of that. So we don't say goodbye after 4 months. You still remain part of the team, So, all right. If you are interested, please make it known before we run out of, slots. It's a decision you'll never regret, I can assure you. But the decision is to come from you. Is it worth investing my money on? Is it worth investing my time on? Is it going to change my life? until you try, you can never know the answers to those questions. So I employ everyone. It's something, that you can embark on and that can make a difference at the end of the day. You can change that work that you don't like. You can earn more money. You can do more than one. You can do more than one job. I have a nephew who at some point was doing 3 different roles, software testing. Now he's down to 2. Why? It's because there's not enough people to take up those roles. Is easily cashing out. Is on 6 figures with those 2, definitely 6 figures. You can be, same thing can happen to you as well. Tolani, you raise your hand again. You can unmute.
It's me again. I'm sorry to be a pain this time around.
No, that's fine,
Just want to ask, with this $4.99, will you guys provide CV for us?
All right, I didn't mention that, and thanks for reminding me on that. So,
Okay.
we provide every other thing: practical training, live project, mentorship, support, interview preparation, CPD accredited certificate. The only thing we don't do is CV, and the reason for that is it's better to leave some things to the expert. But because we don't do it, we've gone ahead and partnered with one of the best in the industry as well, who specialize in CV revamping, LinkedIn optimization, and cover letter. And with the special arrangement we have with them, you can get 70% discount. So which makes it with £60 or 70,000 naira, you can get all the 3 after discount. Tolani, I hope that has answered your question. So what I'm saying in essence is we partner with an organization that gives you 70% discount, and after discount, I think what to pay is £60 for all 3, or I think 70,000 for all 3 in naira. All right. Fortune, you'll raise your hand again. You can unmute. Fortune, is that an old hand or a new hand?
Please, hold on though. Please, I'm not having anything to say again.
All right, cool. All right, I think that is everyone. Any other question before we call it a day for today and maybe see you on the journey? Any final question from anyone? Let me check the chat before I round it up. There's a sign, I think Abraham, I think is your device. All right, there's no final question from anyone. Thanks everyone for taking your time to join us this afternoon. Hopefully we'll see you on the journey and we can, rewrite the story together. But till then, stay safe out there and have a good weekend. Thanks. See you. Bye-bye. Abraham, the video will be available on our YouTube channel, or you can join the WhatsApp group. The link is on the chat. When you join the WhatsApp group, the video will be made available on the WhatsApp group as well. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.